magical 5 minutes of insanity. And if you haven't seen the Madden, the new 2016 Madden movie, it's 5 minutes long. They've been kind of ramping up to this over the last couple of years with commercials where they're getting bigger and a little bit crazier every year. And it's finally just like the ultimate, what in the name of God did they actually just do?
Did I just
And
watch?
it is awesome. Yeah. What did you... well, I've shown it to a whole bunch of people and I had a whole bunch of different reactions, but I'd love to hear what you guys thought about it.
So let me first tell you about how I came across the trailer, because you told me that this was the topic that you wanted to bring, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to watch a trailer for a game I don't care about, and Lee, I got home from work like yesterday or the day before, I don't remember which, and Lee really wanted to play Viva Pinata, which longtime listeners of the show understand that that's what Lee wants to do now, is play Viva Pinata, tend to her garden a lot. So I turn on my Xbox One, and it's kind of the new period where there are some new games with gold. So I went to look at that, and then right below the games with gold thing, I saw this, watch the Madden trailer, and I just see this giant T-Rex as the picture, and I'm like, the fuck?
What?
So I'm like, Lee, can we watch this trailer real fast? And at first, she wasn't really wanting to watch it, but I just started playing it, and all of a sudden Dave Frank goes on the screen.
How could you look away?
And Colin Kaepernick, and I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? And I have to say, if there's an actual movie with this, I want to see it.
Yeah, but...
Because it made my night. Just so great.
I'm so interested to see if this is going to boost sales for Madden.
How could it? How could it? It literally has nothing to do with the game whatsoever.
I
There's
want you to think about
30
the
seconds
target
total
audience.
of gameplay in that.
I want you to think about the target audience that they are trying to reach out to with these Madden games.
The target audience that cares about this commercial is already buying the game. Like,
Yeah.
they're not reaching anyone new.
I mean, maybe, probably not, but who knows? I think it'll still be interesting to see.
Just watching that trailer...
Imagine if it does boost sales like 20%.
I don't know if I could live with myself.
You have to understand, like I said, they've been ramping the commercials up every year because they are boosting sales.
I remember around this time last year, the previous Madden games commercial came out. I don't remember the commercial specifically, but it also became a topic on the show.
Yeah, I brought that up.
James
It was
Franco.
so super, super weird.
Yeah.
Franco, and
That's
it
right.
had the comedian. What's his name?
I remember. I
it's
was
the
like,
two
you
of
guys
them.
gotta watch this. This is really funny. And I got you to sit down and watch it, and I remember the look on your face. You were just like, the fuck did I just watch? Why did I watch it?
I don't know. I
Which was
feel
kind
like
of my reaction to this video.
Well,
I feel
like
like
that
this
it pokes
trailer
fun
was
at-
a direct response to like Kung Fury. Like that's what it felt like, and it was impressively done. Like it was shot well. It looked good. The effects were pretty good, but it definitely had that Kung Fury feel to it.
It did.
That's
Yeah.
the humor that's
And-
very prevalent in modern day comedies.
Yeah.
So,
Every
what is
person that
this?
I've shown it to started laughing at the exact same moment, which is just the karate chop.
Oh yeah.
That just
Oh, yeah.
going, and everyone kind of looks at you like, is it really keeping going? And then you're like, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's great.
It was a great commercial, but I have to agree with the general consensus of the round table. I don't think it'll boost sales.
Well, okay, it's not just about that, though. What I wanted to talk about, the reason I loved that, and no, I understand commercials that boost sales, is if you look at that commercial, it's been ramping up. Have you seen the commercials for Destiny? What they do with that, where it's these guys talking to each other, and it's amped up, super excited, and then there's goofy stuff in it, but they're using just in-game stuff. Everything, the whole marketing style of video games is kind of changing towards that. There's a trend to go with the more tongue-in-cheek humor, just more and more and more, and it's ramping up. And I think this is kind of the escalation of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen the actual commercials for Madden, it's not that long 5-minute thing. It's pieces of that cut up with gameplay footage showing the action. They're doing
Absolutely.
that with Battlefield.
This is definitely for the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think video game commercials have been getting so much better in general. I mean, like one of my favorite more modern commercials is do you guys remember the PS4 commercial with the two guys singing Perfect Day?
No.
Yep.
Where they're just like, it's such a perfect day.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
That was like one of my favorite commercials for a console since the banned original Xbox commercial.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the banned original Xbox commercial?
No.
Yes.
So,
God, I remember times I watched that video.
Essentially, it's a commercial. There's a bunch of people walking around a mall, and all of a sudden this guy walks up to another guy, and he lifts his hand up like this. Sorry, audio listeners. And another guy, and the other guy does the same thing. So you've got two guys just pointing finger guns at each other. And then it gets really tense in the mall. Like, everyone is stopped just to watch what's going on. And then all of a sudden the guy goes, bang! And the other guy just falls down, and it becomes an entire gunfight in the mall with the finger guns.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you see people like mime grenades and throw them, and then you see people mime the explosion. It's so fantastic. I'm gonna see if you're in the Twitch chat. I'm about to post the link to the commercial in the Twitch chat, so you guys can take a look, and I'll make sure to put it in the show notes for this week's episode as well. But I feel like that commercial, had it been done today, would not have been a banned commercial, and it would have been very highly regarded.
Well, it was banned because of the music they played during the commercial originally.
Oh, was that the reason? I don't even remember what music they played.
Not the gun violence?
Not the gun violence.
There were no guns. They were just using their fingers, man. There's no violence there.
It wouldn't get made today.
Yeah. That's true.
Totally
but it was such a great commercial, and I loved it.
I don't know, if we're gonna go back to old commercials, I know my favorite all-time commercial, and it made me want the game. Definitely, it got a sale. It was our favorite Nintendo characters dressed up fighting each other in a field of flowers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that one too.
The original Super Smash Brothers commercial was the best video game commercial of all time.
Because I remember, like, a lot of people remember the first time they heard about Super Smash Brothers, and you're like, you're kidding, right? You can Mario really fighting Samus Aran, and that sounds amazing. And Fox and Link, holy shit, I need to get this. So to see that on the TV, you'd be like, there's no way this is what I think it is. And they show the gameplay footage. It's like,
but it was way more ridiculous because it was like
they're like these giant goofy suits.
You have a giant Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and Mario and Pikachu like arm in arm frolicking down a hillside. And then I think Yoshi trips, or Pikachu trips Yoshi, and then they all just start fighting.
Yeah.
These big guys in huge costumes just start punching each other, and it's awesome. Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah. And then the music. You guys
in the chat, let me know what some of your favorite commercials are, so that I can give you a shout out there. But no, I agree. I loved that commercial. That was.
I want to see a return to that. If we're going to talk about tongue in cheek,
like just dress everyone up in these outrageous costumes.
But if we're talking about modern commercials,
that's what Madden was, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The commercial that just happened is that commercial for Madden players, because it was your NFL players dressed up in goofy costumes, like fighting each other,
doing
with
everything
stupid
but playing football
bazooka launchers.
But it wasn't a fighting game. It's a football game, and they're not doing anything to have to do with football. Really,
you know what I think? Chris might be onto something here, because those commercials, they're going to play during football games, and the people that just watch football games, they don't necessarily play Madden or anything like that, might see this commercial and be like, "Oh my gosh, Colin Kaepernick, this quarterback that I really enjoy watching, that should really be a baseball player, not a football player, is in this commercial. I should look at this game. Maybe I'd enjoy playing this game. Or this coach, who I don't remember because he's not a coach I know.
Do people really think like that?
I think. I mean,
I don't get it.
Mike, you just explained yourself thinking sort of like that for the Super Smash Brothers commercial.
But I'm not thinking because I don't.
It's like you're seeing characters that you like, so you want to play the game.
But I'm not seeing. I'm seeing them do something in the commercial that is
never been done before.
It's explaining what the game is. Having football players not act like football players and not have anything to do with football would not make me think I should go play this game. If anything, it's going to make you think that the game is closer to what the video is, and that's not what you're going to get when you go get Madden.
See, but
you're going to get what you're watching outside of the commercials during the football game.
I disagree, though, because what that game showed, or what that commercial shows, is kind of
people having fun with it.
The broship of playing that game, like the competition of, oh, you did this, we're going to settle this argument by playing a quick game of Madden.
Exactly.
They're just making it goofy.
All I know is that I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get Madden, and it better come with a free T-Rex.
And this is where you have the disconnect between the gamers that are there's multiple types of gamers everywhere, and you can see the mental disconnect that you're having with the branding of Madden versus Fable 4 coming out or something like that, or it's one of the more fantasy-oriented games. If you don't get it, you just don't get it. But that's an entire population of gamers.
There's a huge population
of gamers.
Yeah.
That is more.
It's like they buy one game every year, and it's Madden.
Well, they buy Battlefield. They buy Black Ops 3's coming out. Madden's coming out. It's the same gamers. They're buying both of those games, and that's a huge part of the brand. And that's a huge part of gaming.
Absolutely. So I think it is absolutely just, it's catering to the bros out there. It's still not a game I'm going to play because I don't do sports games. It's just meh.
It's the game that I bought when I got my PlayStation 4 with it. Because it's a good benchmark for new systems, or for systems in general, for graphics, for quality, for loading, and all that stuff. It's a great game, and I played the last year's with my PlayStation 4, enjoyed the hell out of it. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree that now the more that I've thought about this, as you watch, you will have seen my opinion go from I don't think this is going to sell any new copies to, you know what, I could maybe actually see this selling some extra copies.
Because you have the same game every year, which is what you guys are talking about. If you don't hype it up, if you don't make it exciting for people that are going to be buying it, I have last year's game right here, and by the way, they did have it where it was live updating all year long, with injuries, with stats, with changing defenses, changing coaches. It did actually do all of that. What's the purpose of buying the new game if you don't get me hyped up for the new game?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And if nothing else, it tells everybody, hey, the new game is about to come out if you didn't know when. It's like, oh, that's coming out soon. I should go get that. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I should go pre-order that at my local GameStop.
I feel like the biggest aspect is just trying to make that viral video to get it in front of as many people as possible. Like, that's really just the purpose.
And it's going to work.
It's going to work, yeah. People are going to watch it if they don't care about the game or not, but that video is going to have tons of views.
For example, my wife watched it and enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah.
My mother enjoyed that video and was dying laughing. And the last video game I watched her play was like Super Mario Brothers. And she watched that laughing her butt off the entire time. So.
Oh, I skipped James's topic.